Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nato with you on a beautiful Saturday here in Hollandale Beach, and happy to welcome my partner back, Samantha Perry, after she was enjoying some Royal Ascot. How was it?
Yeah,
Good to see you back.
it was great. It's good to be back. I've got a good night's rest, ready to dive in today. But seeing it on the TVs around, it's a great day of racing, great days of racing there, and fun to see and kind of spread the Gulfstream love across the Atlantic.
Yeah, and I showed it in the lightning round yesterday because that was our first day back. But Crimson Advocate goes over and wins the Group 2 Queen Mary. I mean, one of the most
Incredible.
fancied two-year-old races they have, certainly over at Royal Ascot,
Yep.
but in general, that was pretty awesome.
It was, and it was an incredible ride, too, by Johnny V, because just right at the wire, it was the best of the bob. And
Yeah.
it was a very fun race, great for the Weaver team. And, you know, it's funny because I think whenever he won those two races here, the first one, I think, was like, I
Right.
might go. Then he won the other one, and we said, well, George, you have to go.
Yeah.
And look at that, and that was because of the opportunities provided here from Gulfstream. So it's excited inaugural year, and maybe
Yeah.
next year we get some more.
Well, I think that's very well said. The inaugural year that we did this, and
Yeah.
to send two horses there and have one of them win,
It's incredible.
phenomenal. And great for George and his team. I'm
Yeah.
sure everybody knows the story, but George and the family, his wife, obviously has endured a rough go of it of late, and that had to really buoy their spirits.
Yeah, I saw the video World Horse Racing posted,
Yeah.
and it's so much emotion and a lot of fun.
Yeah, so front and center here today, 11 races. The carryback, you know it well. It's been a very storied race here at Gulfstream Park for many, many years. A good renewal today in race number 8, the Rainbow Six. We did have a single yesterday. It was a long shot, but there was a sweeper out there. Didn't come to fruition, so we'll have $150,000 in that gross jackpot guarantee. That'll kick off in race 6 today. The pool has swelled past the guarantee each and every day, and it'll do so again today on a fun race 11 race card. Early pick 5 in the opener, though, and we'll take a look at my ticket here. A few kind of sort of key scratches a little bit, so I condense this down. 4 deep in the opener. I've got a couple singles. I've got a lot of ones in there. Fly
too.
the W. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to beat Fly the W. I just don't see it happening today. 3 deep in race number 3. Mattingly, who raced in the Royal Palm Juvenile behind No Nay Metz, is back, and he's going to be tough in race number 3. My long shot in race number 4 gets tempered a little bit. It is the 2. It's Fate, but there are a couple scratches in there to knock down that price. And then Hot Foot Susie will be a very short number in race number 5. Just a $12 ticket. The beauty of today's card with 11 races, hey, you hit this early pick 5 a few times, you roll that money right back, churn it into the rainbow, and hopefully that's what I'll be able to do here on a $12 ticket. But let's get into the opener, Samantha. Let's start with Laveau, who's been knocking at the door time and time again. Neither of us picked her, but the race kind of goes through her a little bit.
Yeah.
This is a maiden claimer, 12-5 fillies and mares. We're 5 on the Tapeta. We'll show you her last race, and that's kind of why we wanted to start with her. I mean, she's 2-1 on the morning line, and I get it. And here's the problem with Laveau. She doesn't have any early speed, so she immediately puts herself behind the 8 ball,
Yeah.
and she's got a big run here, and she's got a big stretch kick. She's the 2 horse, kind of looking for room, and she finds her seam, and she runs on like she always does, but you're 0 for 10 now at 5 seconds and 3/3, and that's just kind of what Laveau wants to do.
Yeah, and I think you said it perfect. She's just always behind the 8 ball due to her running style. If she were to get 5.5, they would go right into the winner's circle, but that was 5 that you just saw the replay of, and she's in at 5 again today. So that could be a bit problematic for him, probably why you and I both are just saying let's keep her where she usually likes to run, and that's second.
Yeah, she'll get there one of these days,
Yeah.
but at an underlaid price, and she's 2 on the morning line, and she's going to be 2-1 in here.
Yeah,
She might
she
even
will.
be lower, but tread a little lightly here. Acquired Taste for You on top. Safi and Ken Ramsey. Second off, a pretty sizable layoff.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent layoff, and that was just her second Tapeta try then as well, so kind of getting the wheels turning. First Tapeta try here at Gulfstream, actually. She did run at Woodbine before. I think that just the second off the layoff and the drop here, I mean, the drop doesn't concern me with these connections because they want to win races.
Exactly.
This is what they do. It's not a bad thing, in my opinion, going from 25 to 12.5.
No, exactly, and they already, I don't want to say they gave up, but they ran her for a quarter after claiming her for 50.
Yeah.
So this is just probably where she's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Big edge with her because she's got speed over Laveau. I go to Mikasa, number 4. She's got the tactical speed. She kind of woke up a little bit last time for Kathy Ritvo. She's in the mix in here, and the winner was pretty good last time. She might offer a hint of value as well. I think, just speaking for Samantha, neither of us really wanted to pick Laveau in a spot like this. Early pick 4-time in race number 2. We route on the Tapeta here in a starter optional claimer. These are 4-year-olds and up. I'll be interested to see. To me, this is a free square to start it off.
Yep, it is, and that's how I kind of played the early parts of my ticket here, just going, I need a 1 and 1 double here with Fly the W, and in race number 3, Mattingly, I think that this filly goes right into the winner's circle today. Race 4, this is a tough one for me, and I could hit the all ball in this, but I think that Rebelled is by far the best in this race. She's the only one that runs 7s, but we'll see. I think that there could be maybe some other ones. I think that it's interesting seeing Dino Hernandez scratch his other horse out of this race. And in race 5, I can see I have no opinion. Hotfoot Susie is who I land with on top, but I think any of those, my top 5 picks, I feel like they could be winners. So $10, played a couple times. I think this is a good way to start it off with the 1 and 1 double.
The good thing with starting off a horizontal with a huge favorite is sometimes the betting public, it's a mental kind of roadblock almost.
Yeah.
They don't want a single
Yep.
to start a sequence. Maybe you get a little more value because Fly the W at 4 to 5 on the line and probably a lot less than that. This was not. I'm all for beating heavy favorites. This was not not for me.
No, not the time to do it. This horse is very streaky.
Yep.
And now he got back on his winning ways last time. And when you go back, he ran 3 different third-place finishes before that last win. But before that, it was 5 wins in a row. So I think this horse is back on the winning streak.
Now, you had a lot of time on the flight. Did you crunch any numbers as far as back-to-back Tapeta wins?
On this horse necessarily, that blows that out of the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got our exacta underneath reverse.
Yeah.
Well, let's show the stat with telephone talker Fausto Gutierrez. Interesting stat for a barn that's pretty sharp.
Yeah.
But second off the claim the past 5 years, just 3 for 27. It's not a giant negative, but this is a sharp barn.
Yeah.
If nothing else, we know now telephone talker, all he wants to do is route.
Exactly. I think that's fair to say, and we'll see if he can get a trip worked out. He did win his last race, and it was up just in time. So
Win 99 is okay, but he's trying to beat it. What do you think?
Yeah, that's going to be tough. Eddie Pleasa, he does a good job, and he's stabled here locally and works over the Tapeta, which should help for sure. But what do you get?
Yeah, I don't. Even if you get a good version of Win 99, I don't think he's beating Bobby D. 35% Bobby D winning last out. So
yeah.
It's pretty good.
It is. Very good.
2-year-olds in race number 3 will sprint 5.5 on the Tapeta. 2-year-old Colts and Geldings here. Scratch the 6, scratch the 7, a condensed field of 5. You were a fan of Mattingly as a youngster or what?
Oh, yeah, posters and everything. I just learned who Mattingly was on May 12th, the day before this horse debuted.
Okay. Dennis is not happy about that.
It's okay. This is why I have you guys to help me with this.
We'll show the replay of him. He was pretty good chasing No Name Mets. Now, I'll ask you, because you saw No Name Mets didn't run the other day at Ascot.
Nope, he didn't.
Do you worry about that? These 2 horses were good, though, in this race.
They were. And I think that race that No Name Mets was in Thursday was a really, really tough one, so it doesn't worry me too much. I think Mattingly I love the move that he made. Now, I worry, though, is he going to have to get his hand forced a little bit early now with this one post position? But now, actually, the 2 scratches wouldn't have even bothered my top pick, and I'm sure not yours either. But I think with this field right here, this is the best case scenario that this horse can have.
Yeah. Now, twofold. We knew going out of the 2 Royal Palm races, the Philly race was better. They went much quicker.
Yes.
The Wesley Ward Steam horse ran in that race, did not run in this race.
Yep.
You just saw it. But that was still a pretty good effort. And the other thing is here, I don't see a lot in here that's supposed. Zingala's King, he ran in spots on debut.
Yeah, he was hustled the whole way.
Yeah.
When I went back and I watched that replay, he never got a breather because he was just getting just driven on the whole time, but he needed to be because he just kind of kept spitting the bit out. So it'll be interesting to see what Jaramillo does with him, because I think that the plan is going to be to send him.
Yeah, to get more speed out of him. Arundel's got a couple homebreds, the 4 and the 5. We swapped them. Neither of them did a lot of running. Blinkers go on, both of them, maybe to try to get a little more early focus. They're going to have to run down Mattingly. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Race number 4 here on a mile on the main track, a one-turn mile here. We're going to scratch the 1 and the 6 in this spot here. 3-year-olds and up, the tag 62.50. You're back with Rebel Day. He's the horse to beat, and he's probably a huge favorite. Can he win 4 in a row? I don't know.
There's like never been a time, I think, that I've actually selected this horse on top.
That's the other thing, too. I'm with you.
Yeah, and every single time this horse does just enough. I have a big question mark on this horse. He really flourished in the off track last time. I just think as far as figures go, Brian, there's nobody that sniffs this horse's tail. But again, every horse can have a day.
Yeah, and he's gone to the well 3 times in a row now. This is a 3rd different trainer in his last 3 starts. Jen Young off the claim and Powder Pop. They do a good job. I know the stats don't really belie it. Angel Morales, you're going to note today, is a couple pounds. He's not overweight. He's a 5-pound apprentice now, and we really like the job he does. This is a good post for Rebel Day. I'm trying to get cheeky in here with It's Fate. Now, this is my long shot. He was 12 on the line, but that's all out of whack. We had dueling 5-2s out of this race. So the whole morning line is just completely kaput here because so many points are gone. But I should still get like 6 on It's Fate. And you know what I like? He's got some 2-turn foundation because this is a demanding 1-turn mile.
It is, and you have to dig a couple races back or a few races back to look at to find a solid effort from him. But he ran well, and those lower level claimers at Tampa, you get some heavy hitters. Horses like him who have won 10, 11, 12 races who just like to win, and they're not a stakes horse by any means, but they know how to find the winner's circle, and you have to respect that. I think it's a crafty pick.
Yeah, and here's the other thing that I want to note, too, and why I made this pick. The apprentice, 10-pound apprentice Gabriel Maldonado, has got 2 wins. He had wins on back-to-back days. Yeah. And I've noticed that he knows he's a 10-pound apprentice. And what I mean by that is he knows he's getting 10 pounds from these horses. The couple of wins he had, he blew the race open on the far turn. Kind of hoping for that kind of trip here. He's got a horse with speed. There's not a lot of other speed in here. And when he won his first race, it might have been his second race, he just took advantage of that on the far turn, and he just got too far away.
That they couldn't catch him. And on the Tapeta, that's what you need to do. Horses on the dirt. But as far as that race Brian's referring to, that was on the Tapeta, and it was a smart move.
Right. And we've talked about this time and time again. A 1-turn mile on the main track, you get these fields that are strung out, and you're not going to make up a lot of ground. So we'll try that there. In race number 5, we are sprinting on the Tapeta here. 5 furlongs in a 12-5 maiden claimer. 8 of them go to post, and it's clean. We're both down inside. Hotfoot Susie, my opinion, was a little stronger than yours, but boy, she is 0 for 10 with 8 underneath finishes.
Yeah, she likes to run second, and she's taking a huge drop here. But again, the drop doesn't really bother me too much because all of these horses are pretty evenly matched, I would say.
You know, they paid 40 for her. She's already got out and then some. So maybe it's time to pick up a W or try to pick up a W for that matter. She is odds on the morning line, and I completely concur with that. But you were much more, I'm single, and you were much more expansive. So talk about Martini's Amica.
Yeah, Lionel Reyes gets aboard, which I think is a good thing for this filly here. 0 for 24. Aren't these the horses that are winning right now?
Oh, every seemingly day.
Yeah, so this is... just get ready. I've got Can't Be Broken tomorrow at 0 for 35.
Coming back swinging.
Oh, yeah.
0 for 30. Wow.
I think so, yeah.
That's impossible.
Yeah, but look, Lionel Reyes, he hasn't ridden this horse since March. That was on the turf. I'm just trying to pick something in a race where I think it could be a bit of a blow-up.
Well,
or Hotfoot Susie could just run off the screen.
Yeah, if she doesn't win, it is going to be a blow-up, probably just by simple mathematics, because she's going to dominate the betting. If you get that horse home tomorrow, we're going to make a trophy for you, I think. 5 down, 6 to go. It's a big card here today. When we come back, it's rainbow time. 150 in the gross jackpot guarantee.
And they're off. My Racehorse has opened up a door for people that felt like that door would have never been opened for them.
We can all be owners and we can all get that excitement.
You can meet your horse through the different experiences and all of the events that My Racehorse puts together. You get that hands-on connection.
Whether you have $50 or $500, everyone that joins My Racehorse gets that experience of a lifetime.
I love My Racehorse. Let's go.
And welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you. Good to have her back as we got 5 down and we have 6 to go. And that means it's Rainbow 6-time, $150,000 in that gross jackpot guarantee. The pool should be comfortably higher than that as it has been each and every day. So we'll take a look at my ticket. It's a pretty condensed and tight one here. This was not the type of sequence where I'm looking to be a hero here. 2160. For me, 3 deep here in the opening leg. 3 deep in race 7. That's a good maiden special weight on the Tapeta. The top pick is number 3, Starship Agenda. Show you a replay of that one. I went 3 deep in the carry back. I landed on Super Chow. I think you all know I love swerving quite a bit. I just thought he was in a tricky spot today. I'm not going to use him, though. 2 deep in race number 9 with Knox at a little bit of a price. Best bet time with Money Map in race 10, and that's kind of an aggressive best bet because you could probably use the all ball in there. And then in race number 11, I'm to the outside, Tick-Tockable. I will say this. I went 2 deep in this race. We'll show you the replay. If you are on a budget today or you want to get more expansive early, you could do worse than singling Tick-Tockable in the finale because that is a horse that should be very, very tough in there. But let's get back to the first race here to kick off the sequence. In race number 6, we route on the Tapeta at 1.70 miles. Just the 3-year-old fillies here in the starter optional claimer. Zosterop for you on top, and she should be a decent number, 6 to 1.
Yeah, she's my long shot.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Your long shot paid 5 to 2 yesterday.
Perfect. It's a win.
It won.
It won. Yeah. It's okay. An average shot.
Average shot.
It's an
You're
average shot.
Trying to coin that term. That's
yes,
right.
We'll
average
see.
shot.
We'll see how it goes. But Zostertop, Ronnie Spatz, he does a great job with his horses, and he's had some tough beats.
He's had horses run very, very well that did not get their picture taken.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. This was just a really tough race last night. You had Starship Aurora, Treasure Tales. It was a tough race, and I honestly don't see any fillies in this spot that faced horses like that last time. We've got Black Ice in this race, so that to me, this horse fits here.
I did not pick Black Ice in this
either.
spot. I picked Lady Azteca, who this is a monster drop for her. I mean, you look at the race she's coming out of. Honor D Lady is going to win stakes for Savvy. Already has. Ocean Club was so good coming back and winning the Tapeta Stakes over Honor D Lady. She's in for 35, so they're not giving up. That's square enough. Let's take a look at a stat here, too, for Amador Sanchez. Now, I picked this horse, and then I picked the class drop, okay? Kind of like looking foolish here. This is not a good stat for a barn. This actually shocked the heck out of me. So you know I'm stubborn, and I'm going to be stubborn here. But this is a big sample. There's no doubt about it. He's 9%. He's 4 for 44. But, yikes, this is a big drop, and this is a barn that does win on the Tapeta.
Yes, and the thing is this is a filly that she's never tried the Tapeta before. But all of her most recent breezes, they've been on the Tapeta, which you like to see. And what I like about the training pattern, too, is they're easier breezes. The Tapeta, especially early in the morning, we see it it can tighten up. Of course, now it's 85 degrees at 6 a.m. But I like the fact that they weren't drilling the speed into this one. And it's not like she's got a lot of speed, but they're not going to try to change that with her. They tried the blinkers on last time. No shot. Take them right back off here. This is a horse. She fits here.
No, I agree, and I don't think she's going to be 7 to 2. I hope she's not. That would be pretty dead on the board. You outside a lot at 6 a.m. to feel that 85 degrees?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay, just making sure about that. Calling All Angels is a strong favorite. I get it. Yeah. Bobby D, he's rolling. I don't think she's 7 to 5 in here though.
No, I wouldn't trust in, especially she also has never tried the Tapeta before.
That's the thing. Now, Bobby, I hope he doesn't hear me. He's not a turf trainer, and he's winning, and she's running big on turf.
Huge, yeah.
He is a Tapeta trainer. So
yes, that's true.
She's dangerous. I wouldn't want to too short of a number on her, though. That would be my worry there. Late pick 5 kicks off with a tricky one in race number 7. Maiden special weight, 1.70 on the Tapeta. We scratched the 7 vibing out of here. I'm interested to see Samantha's ticket because this is a tricky race.
Yeah, it is. And this is a bigger ticket for me. I'm spreading in this spot here. Race 8, there's so much speed in this race. I had no idea which way to go, but the 5, Mr. Peaks, is who I went with on top. Untested, this is going to be tough for him, but I don't know. I liked the run. Best bet in race number 9, that's the 10, Loco Abario. Race 10, the 3, Manila with some speed, Amador Sanchez. We both need him a little bit today. And in the finale, I agree with you. TikTokable, I think, could easily win this race. It is my top pick, but I think Cash It is interesting. I love the post position. That's the 9. $54 the play for me here.
Yeah, this is a good late sequence for sure because there's favorites you can lean on, and there's also favorites you don't necessarily have to use or that could be vulnerable.
Yep.
Let's kick it off here. I'll start it because we've got the replay of the 3 Starship Agenda, and you've got this one in your mix and on your ticket as well. She's the 8 in this spot. Thank you, Bob. And I don't think I ever got back to Bob on what I was looking for, and Bob's got it queued up perfectly. So thank you, buddy. We need to see this angle because you're going to see her check out of it here coming up. And this is kind of not the old they're off, you lose, but this is they're in the running and you lose because watch what's going to happen to her. She's going to clip heels badly. And this is, you're not coming back from this right there. And then she drops out of it. What does she do, though? She runs third.
Keeps going,
Keeps going. Second Tapeta start, second route start. It's Steve Dwoskin. It's Miguel Vasquez. That's a pretty good combo to have in your corner.
It's a great combo. And you could see he was loaded at that point,
was.
too. He was about to make that important move on the turn to seal the deal and couldn't get in. They better.
And the horse that won in Typee is good for Jose D'Angelo.
Yes.
And the horse that beat her 2 back is Ocean Club. We just talked about her
Won the stake,
winning the stakes, the Martha Washington. You go next to I used this horse. I was not letting this horse beat me. You want to talk about a wild card, it's Candy Strike.
It is, getting the first start in the Ralph Nix barn. She debuted late for Todd Pletcher last year at Belmont, so read into that what you will. She didn't run a jump. LASIK's on for the first time. I think this is the time of year now where people are realizing you can't leave out Ralph Nix in races like this.
No, and our gal Padma beat her in that race.
Exactly.
So, I don't think she's our gal anymore.
No, we've divorced with her. No good.
Disappointed. Safi's got a first or Dreams Float down on the inside. This is not an easy ask. The rail, 2 turns on Tapeta on debut, but this is potential to be a nice horse.
Yeah, she sold as a weanling. So before the sale you've seen here for $200,000. It's so much money.
Yeah.
So, and then $230,000 as a yearling. The post position, it doesn't really work too well. Martha's Moon was an incredibly fast sprinter.
Yeah.
And actually ran her worst numbers on the Tapeta, which is interesting. So why are you debuting 2 turns? I get it. The races maybe just come up, but maybe she's not going to be as fast as her mom, which concerns me.
Yeah, E5 and Bob Edwards here with Uncle Mo, daughter of Uncle Mo. So, one to take note of, that is for sure.
Yep.
Late pick 4 time in race number 8. The ticket is the same as my Rainbow. We don't need to show it. I'll post it, of course. This is the carry back now, and this is a really, really good race. And down the years, it's been a really good race here at Gulfstream Park. And I'll tell you what, today is no different. There's several different ways you can go. Safi's got swerving. Mr. Peaks. Super Chow is back. Good to see him. You're on Mr. Peaks. I will say this is a good post for him, even though this race is loaded with speed.
It is, and I think that this is a horse that the 7 furlongs is going to be even more perfect for him. I almost worried that the 6 was going to be too sharp, but there was nobody in that race that time. He's got some back class to him. I think that they finally just have this horse heading in the right direction, and I want to strike while the iron's hot with him.
Yeah, and he got the confidence to boost out of the way last time. They admittedly threw him to the Wolves in the Curlin Florida Derby, but he bounced back nicely last time. I want to show the replay of Swervin. The fan club for Swervin starts behind me. He's a funky, weird horse. He's going nowhere in his races. And then it's like, oh, that's right, I'm a racehorse. I better start running, because he was going to be 6th in this race, 5th in this race. And he ends up drawing off and winning easily. I haven't talked to Safi about this horse, but I bet you he would probably tell me he's still probably figuring this game out, and they
Yes.
haven't gotten to the bottom of him yet. He better run today. I pit him in second because of the flow of this race. It's not good for him.
No, it's not. And at least he's been consistently working since that. That was one thing I kind of wanted to look into as far as he hasn't.
He had a little bit of a layoff.
Exactly,
right.
yeah. But the works are consistent there, which is good to see. Quincy Cafe came back to win. Great navigator. He ran third in that spot. Ran about 3 more times and then won at Monmouth in a New Jersey bred race. So this horse, he's talented. I think, again, he's trying to figure it out.
To me, it's going to be he's going to win the battle, probably going to lose the war today. And that leads me to Super Chow, who, you've got him further down. He had a trip due to unfortunate circumstances at Pimlico.
Yeah.
He loves it here, and the flow of this race is just going to hit him between the eyes.
Yeah, and I really did like him in the Chick Lang at Pimlico. I thought he was going to be set up perfect because he showed a whole different dimension.
Yeah.
2 starts back where he missed the break. He sat off, and credit to Chantel that day with him because she didn't rush him up, and he still finished nicely. But every single time I watch him, I just think he gets a little leg wobbly at the end of the race.
Here, right?
Yeah, and he just, to me, I don't know. And now he's coming off that Chick Lang race. He's a big. I got a question mark next to him.
Yeah, I just feel like he's going to maybe almost by circumstance, he's going to pull that trip he did in the Hutchison.
That would be a winning trip.
That would be the winning trip, and that's kind of what I'm going at. It's good to see him back here as well. Race number 9, 7 furlongs on a fast main track. It's an optional claimer here. For 3-year-olds and up, and these are Florida breds, and this is your best bet of the day, right? Local Barrio?
Yes, it is. I love the post position for this horse here. Runs good numbers, runs spats. It just puts him in great spots, and I love the 7 furlongs for him. I think that this is just a distance that suits him perfect. I don't think he's quite a 6 furlong sprinter.
Okay. I just thought another race where there's a ton of speed and maybe Knox trips out a little bit. He comes out of a good open company race. He's facing older horses for the first time. And, Local Barrio did it last time. We got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
I thought also Diamond Cool. I don't know if he runs back to that race last time behind Kozeras, but that was a good effort. If he can double up on that, he's a player too.
He could. I just don't trust him.
You can't trust him.
He runs if you look at the line on his numbers, you think that each time he's about to pop a career top, and he just doesn't. Which means probably today he will, because I don't have him picked anywhere. But I can't get on the right side of this horse.
No, his body of work says he's coming back today. I'll readily admit that. I'm just kind of hoping the speed up front maybe sets him up.
Yeah.
We route in race 10 on the Tapeta at 1 mile and 70 here. 3-year-olds are 4 and up, which have never won 2. You're going to start with Manila. You talked about Amador Sanchez. We're both looking for him to get a couple today.
We are, and this horse has speed, and I think that, the 5's got a little bit of speed as well, but that was on the dirt. I just think that this horse, lightly raced, gets Marco Meneses aboard, which he's been riding this.
He's kind of the stable rider, too.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that this is a horse that suits this spot here. I just hope that what I like is he didn't throw in the towel that last race, although he kind of ran off the first bit of the race. He just kept plugging along, and I think I'm willing to give him another shot.
Yeah, I just want to note 115 on Big Bucks a lot, as we mentioned, Angel Morales. My best bet of the day. It's an aggressive one, but, this is an all-ball race if it's not. So I'm going to go with Money Map, who just didn't get the right trip last time. I mean, he doesn't want to be dueling on the lead, routing on the turf. That's not happening. But Victor Barboza claims him, and claimed him knowing we're going to be running on the Tapeta.
Yeah.
We're not going to be running on turf.
Exactly.
30% off the claim. Lionel lands here. This is kind of, trying to get a leg up on the betting public by singling in a spot where, I think you went 4 deep. A lot of people are going to be throwing darts at the wall.
How did
here.
Hubris run yesterday?
He did not run very well.
Right.
But he was trying Tapeta yesterday. So
again,
that's an unknown. But he also bumped up to 20 yesterday. So I'm not going to hold it too much against him.
No.
The finale is on the main track, 6 furlongs, 12-5 maiden claimers. We scratched the 1, the 4, and the 7 out of here. quickly, tick-tockable on the replay. We'll show this race because, as I mentioned, you've got this one on top as well. If you needed a single, boy, you could do worse. This is a sloppy main track. I get that. Tick-tockable's the 5 and immediately gets shuffled to last early on. That's not very good at all, but he's going to make a big sustained run. Probably, I think in hindsight, it was the first-time starter.
Yes.
I think in hindsight, Samantha, he got aggressive. He got hot and bothered by that. He's going to make a rush to the lead. This doesn't happen often. Natural Vibes wins this race. He's the 7. He's going to pass him like he was standing still. Natural Vibes going to come back when he tips out and repass him. I thought I saw plenty from Tick-Tockable to think this field's not going to be an issue today.
And not for nothing. Like, this is a tough track to debut on.
Yeah, good point.
It's very tough. Yeah.
He loses that race.
Yeah, exactly. But that, with everything said and done at the end of the day with that, it was still a nice learning experience.
Well, I think that's a perfect point. Cash it for second and you. He's got to do a little better on the drop second off.
Yeah, he does. Upstart's actually, I like him sprinting. And again, it's the drop here for me. I don't know. It's still, he needs to break quicker. That's the bottom line. He just broke so slow last time, and you're out of it. You got to go for it this time.
Former trainer Peter Walder got 998 yesterday.
Wonderful.
So he's getting
Great.
close.
Yep, getting close to
Like
that 1,000.
Pete? Yep. Lightning round before we let you go here and send it up to Pete. A lot going on quickly. Our buddy Mage, the Derby winner, returned to the work tab, a very leisurely. I was surprised he went 5 furlongs, so it was very leisurely in Lexington as he gears up for the Travers and quite possibly maybe he'll make a return in the Jim Dandy early at Saratoga.
Yeah, it's exciting to see. There he was, his very impressive Kentucky Derby win. Good to have him back. I know he's just had some R&R in Lexington. Gustavo Jr. is there with him, and yeah, this will be fun. The barn actually bought a horse at the Goff sale in London this Monday, so that'll be a fun one to watch at Saratoga.
Now, I don't know if you saw this or not, but Arcangelo and Mage were stabled in the same barn here this winter.
No way.
Nah, I wouldn't lie to you
Barn
about
22.
that. Barn 22. Best bet for you?
It is Loco Abario for me.
All right, I got Money Map in race number 10 and your long shot.
Why did I forget about that? Zostertop, yeah, race 6.
Oh, there we go.
Sunny
Now,
Leon.
I got It's Fate in race 4. Probably, I'll take half of that with the 2 big
fair.
scratches in there. 6 would be fair to me. As we do every Saturday, you can gain some entries into a good contest here, the royalty promotion that we have going on there, Racing Royalty. You can earn contest entries every Saturday. You can check out Silks to get involved in that. And then the Sunday feature is a pretty good one. 9 races tomorrow to wrap up the racing week. And Dreamster, who's going to be my best bet, will be a short number. And good to see Mary Leitner back in the entries here as well.
Yeah, this is a horse that was just really impressive this day. I think this was the 2nd win in a row for this horse here. And Edgar Zayas stays aboard. You'd love to see it.
Yeah, Edgar has quietly had a very good partnership with Mary Leitner over the last year or so.
Especially at the championship meet.
Yes,
they were blowing it up.
Yeah, I think they won 3 races in a week. So good to see Mary back here as well, and Edgar doing his thing as well now that he's healthy, and great to see. But that's it for us. 11 here today, including the carryback. Pete's got you scratches and changes coming up.